Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's been a bit of a hot while since I've done any kind of interaction. I do apologise, for the lack of uploads and news updates, but more on that later. I wanted to put this quick video together just because if you've been following my Facebook, I have been dropping a few bombshells about Legion of Shadow and hinting at my new gamebook project. Obviously, many questions have arisen from the community, and I will try my best to answer at least some of those in this video. Okay, so let's get started. The big announcement was that Legion of Shadow is finally getting updated. For those who are staring blankly at their screen in confusion, let me explain. Legion of Shadow was my first game book, one that I was never completely happy with, and certainly from a game balance standpoint, it needed a lot of work. So over the many years since its publication, I've made available to the community various patch notes that improve some of the itemization issues and some of the more annoying combats to overall make that book more accessible to someone coming into the series new. I also, when the Italian edition came out, probably about, I don't know, 3 years ago now or so, I was able to add those changes and even more changes into that edition to kind of make that one the ultimate version of Legion of Shadow. Again, all of those changes I've logged and I've shared with the community on my website. However, when it comes to my UK edition, the English language edition, things have been stuck in a mire. Because this and a few of my other books are published by Galance. What that means is that I don't have any control over them whatsoever. And let's just say, to them, I'm kind of a small fry kind of author. And to kind of get any kind of change happening, I have to shout very loudly, which I have been doing on behalf of you guys, and therefore I finally do have some awesome news, but it might not be what people may be hoping for, so rein in those expectations a little bit. Okay, so let's focus on the positive first. The ebook version of Legion Shadow is getting completely updated. That version was incredibly old, had 0 changes and amends, so it was literally the most ancient, super hard version of the book that I self-published back in like 2011 or what. I can't believe that it had no changes at all. It only came to my knowledge, I think, last year. So that probably is quite a horrible experience. If you were coming to that blind, you picked it up as your first sort of experience of DestinyQuest, and we're expecting an easy ride. So the good news is that is getting completely updated, and I will have more news on its availability soon. I'm not yet sure or had it clarified whether if you already own the book on your Kindle or whatever ebook version you have, whether it will automatically update to the new one. I believe you will be able to because it's the same book and it's the same ISBN, and I would have thought it would just automatically update, but I actually don't know that for sure. I'm waiting for some clarification on that. Perhaps someone in the community, if they know more about how the ebook stuff works, they could comment and let us know, because I haven't got a clue. Okay, so that's good. So second bit of good news, my print version of Legion Shadow, as it happens, was due for a reprint in September, so last month. My editor at Galance kindly agreed, to my shock, to let me incorporate all of my balance changes to the new print run. So the books that will be coming out of that print run will be fully updated with every single balance change I have introduced over the last 10 years. So there's no new text, there's no new quests. I was not allowed to change anything other than just insert my tweaks and changes to the items and the combat. So it's bringing it up to date with the Italian edition. I'm happy, obviously, that I was even allowed to do that after all this time. So I am really happy, but I'm sure people are probably expecting more change, but I'm unfortunately not allowed. Now, this is where things turn into a bit of a hot mess, because I believe, and I'm still waiting, obviously the ebook has a new cover, because that will just go on Amazon, but I believe there will be a new cover for the new print run with a flash, basically just saying that it is the new version updated. But because, so I believe that's happening, but because it's the same book and it is the same ISBN, I can't guarantee if when, say, you ordered from Amazon, you'll be getting a book from the old stock or the new, which I know is deeply problematic if you are simply seeking to get hold of the new edition. Obviously, it's a problem that will just go away naturally because the old stock will just sell out, and then all that will be available is the new stock, which is all going to be the new version. But I know it puts us all in a bit of a messy limbo. And yeah, again, I know I keep saying this, but I am waiting on clarification on this situation, so I will update you when I know more. What I'm thinking of doing is getting Galance to send me a bunch of the new books that I can sell myself through Facebook or whatever. Obviously, I'd have to charge international track shipping. I know that's costly for people, like, especially for those in the EU, but hey, I can't do anything else about it. But it might be an option if you are an obsessive collector and you definitely want to get that new copy ASAP. Again, I don't know if that will be possible, but I would have thought so. So I will let you know later this month. Okay, so that's the news on Legion of Shadow. So good and bad, but let's collectively rejoice that it has had an update, which will be available somewhere at some point. Okay, so second bit of news, my lack of updates and interaction is largely due to two things. One, I've actually been taking a bit of a break from writing. After doing DQ Raiders and dealing with all the Kickstarter, I felt really burnt out and tired, and I wasn't sure if I actually wanted to write anymore, truth be told. However, a break has done me a kind of world of good. I'm feeling a lot better, and I have made finally a start on my new project. That project is called Sunfall. It's a series of game books that are kind of pseudo open world in that you can travel between books like you would in like Fabled Lands and Vulcan Earth. The format will actually be like this, a large kind of format book. And the reason being because I may be collaborating on these with a publisher and team who are pretty big and know what they're doing, especially when it comes to Kickstarters and crowdfunding and all that business. So I can literally, at last, just be the writer and leave all the adult stuff to people who know what they're doing. But I can't confirm that yet, but reassured that I will let you know when I can announce things more publicly. But whatever happens, I will print these books myself if, you know, whatever. So, Sunfall is it's a totally different world and universe to DestinyQuest. The two are completely separate. It is inspired by Aztec mythology and history, but it is set in a mythical fantasy world. It has a completely new game system inspired by games such as Elden Ring and Dark Souls, where your weapons are essentially the core of your character and playstyle. And you'll also be spending dice to perform attacks and combat moves and dodging and evading your opponent's attacks. It's super different to DestinyQuest. It's probably more intense, and you will need a lot of dice for this one, and I mean a lot of dice. So dig into your boxes of 6-sided dice in preparation. A common question that I've had on Facebook is, what's happened to DestinyQuest? Have you given it up? Are you not doing it anymore? What the hell's going on? DestinyQuest hasn't gone anywhere. It's my primary series. It is my passion. I fully intend to write the final installment of the Sands of Time trilogy once I have finished Sunfall and probably had a nervous breakdown. But yeah, Sunfall, yeah, it's a massive and daunting project for me. Probably the most ambitious thing I have ever set out to write. And I will say something, I have a newfound respect for game book writers that do open world content, because, wow, it is a whole different beast to writing a regular game book. I literally sometimes just have moments of absolute terror when I consider what is ahead of me in getting these books written and interlinked, but also it's a challenge that I'm excited about. You have to push yourself, you have to keep trying new things, and this is definitely a new thing. Okay, well, thank you for listening. That is my news for now. If you have further questions, then leave a comment below, but I'll try and answer, but please be respectful of the fact that I don't know much more than what I've actually shared in this video. I would imagine over the next couple of weeks, Gallant will get back to me with pretty much everything that we've been kind of got question marks over. And I'll be able to clear up a lot of maybe confusion and stuff. So, yeah, thank you for listening. And I will kind of keep you updated with Sunfall progress as and when. But yeah, thank you, and happy gaming, guys.